Sorry I couldn't come to the phone, but you know what to do at the beep.
Okay, the biggest key to getting to that bag is not settling in your career and not settling for mediocrity for yourself, okay? Now, forget about a man. We're talking about the bag right now. I have wanted to model. I've wanted to be an actress since I was a little girl, and I finally got presented with an opportunity earlier this year. But then the brand came back and said, you know what? You're actually not big enough to be a plus-size model for us. I was floored, okay? Especially considering I've been told I've been too big. But I didn't take that for a no. I didn't settle for a no. I decided to make my own opportunity. I went out, used my resources, and I landed a job with $1 million company. It was a great experience, and your girl got paid, okay? So don't take no.
I ain't waiting on somebody that ain't waiting up for me. SettlingPodcast, no, I ain't settling.
Settle down, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Settling Podcast, the first episode of Season 2. We are here for Season 2, you guys, and I am your host, Cinderella OG. That is me. Hello. If you didn't know, guys, I'm actually so excited to be back here talking to you guys, getting to see what we're going to explore in this new season, the guests we're going to have. We are rolling solo dolo today, which is a thing that is going to be new in this new season. A lot of new things this season, like our first segment, the voicemail. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you guys would like to, in the future, submit your own voicemails of times that you felt absolutely seen and loved and stuff like that, then please go ahead and send them to SettlingPodcast@gmail.com, because I would love to hear your voicemails about, how you feel loved. I would love that. That just sounds, because, as us, if you identify, you identify. If you identify with us, you identify with us. I'm not going to tell you what us is, okay? As us. We just deserve to feel loved and seen and adored, and like our desires and needs and wants are being met all at the same time. And there's just a different type of euphoric feeling that comes with it. And it stays locked and burned in our memory, doesn't it? So I can think of a few times where, I might have to submit some voicemails of things and times where I felt seen and loved and wanted and all of those things all at once, So yeah, go ahead and send your voicemails if you guys are interested in having your story be shared or anything like that. And yeah, forgive me if I feel like I'm fumbling or anything like that today, guys. Woo, this is different. This is different because it's been a while since I sat down and did podcast form. It's been a minute since we've all been here, just, kind of just chatting to each other through the car or through, you getting ready for the day, whatever you might be doing whenever you're listening to me. That is an interesting thing to think about. I know what I'm doing whenever I'm listening to podcasts, right? I'm usually driving, or I'm in my room, just chilling, reflecting on the day and things like that. Or I'm getting ready. I listen to my podcast at all times of the day, right? And I was just listening to the read the other day, driving, and they was cussing up a storm during the read portion. And why was my daddy in the car with me, guys? They was throwing all types of cussing out. And I was just well, I usually be in the car cussing along with them. Yes, I'm throwing, what I'm saying? Usually when I'm in the car doing that, I'm by myself. Now my father, hearing them read, people that need to be read, like Morgan Bailey's baby daddy, that ran a man in Atlanta. Yeah, they were reading him, and imagine all types of things that they could say about that situation. And my dad had to hear in the car while I'm dropping him off at the airport. Yeah, it was weird, but that's why I feel like I love the podcast space, because you can get as weird and as honest as possible, as honest as you really want to be, right? And nobody's gonna judge you. Usually because I can't see you. But some of y'all want video form, and that's why we're here, But that's enough of me ranting, because I don't even know why that just took a left turn, but that's enough of my rants. Welcome back to Settling, guys. Oh, and I didn't even tell you guys what the voicemail was called. It's called Flavor of the Week. Yeah, I thought that was cute. This is the flavor of the week. And the flavor of the week could be anybody. You could be you could be shouting out yourself for making yourself feel seen. You can shout out to your mama. for telling you she's proud of you. You can shout out to your man for taking out the trash. And Lisa, what was that? I don't know what accent just popped out just now, but anyway, you can shout out to your man for taking out the trash, finally listening to you. You know, you can shout out anybody. You can shout out your dog for not biting people. True story. So let's get into booked and busy. Yes, child. All year I've been wanting to do settling so I can like tell you guys all the fun things that I've been going through and doing all year, but we're going to catch up. We'll catch up. We'll play catch up in just a minute. But let's go ahead and dive into booked and busy first. So guys, I want to start booked and busy by saying I want to travel with y'all. Let's get the trip to make it out of the group chat. Let's do that. And I already picked a destination for us to go. I already set up the itinerary. I already set everything up. All you have to do is send your Zelle. But no, on a serious note, I am hosting a trip with Trova Trip. We are going to Greece, you guys. And if you guys would like to go on a trip with me, I'm doing an early bird special right now for $2,935. So go ahead and take advantage of that right now, guys, because I want you guys to travel with me. There's a lot more information on it on my Instagram. So go ahead and go to my Instagram. All the website and stuff like that will be left in the show notes, and anything that you guys need to keep updated if you guys are going to go on that trip with me. It's going to be full of amazing times, and that is from May 11th through the 18th. And also, I am bringing my mom, since that is landing on Mother's Day. I'm bringing my mother, and I think it'll be a great time and opportunity to bring y'all's mothers if you want to. If you're not messing with your mom, you can bring a mom figure. If you are a mom, you can bring, well, it's an adult's trip, so don't bring someone that's under 18, preferably 21. But yeah, I have to approve everyone that goes on the trip, so it should be safe, it should be fun, and it should be a lot of exploring, and only happy tears could come from this. So if you guys are interested on going on that trip, then yeah, leave me some questions on my Instagram. I'm always dropping information on it on there as well, so make sure you tap it in there. Also, it is a new month right now, September, and at the start of the new month, we have new chapters happening. Guys, the season is changing, right? Summer's over, and it's time to get serious. It's time to get serious, and I'm getting serious by giving you guys 100 days of content starting today. And I'm so glad to bring it in with Settling Podcast, because this is my baby. I love it. I love her, and I'm glad that you guys are here with me to enjoy and love Settling Podcast with me as well. So, I would love for you guys to participate in this 100 days of content with me by enjoying the giveaway that I am giving you guys. I haven't done a giveaway in like years, it feels like, mainly because I didn't feel like the giveaways were coming from a place where I like, you know, was giving away for like the sake of like wanting to like see you guys happy. Like, you know, like it was becoming taxing on me to do it, and I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So now I'm in a place where I feel very happy and secure in the things going on within my life, and I'm wanting to spread that joy and happiness to everyone else and show the grace and gratitude and thankfulness that I've been feeling for y'all, for God, for everyone. And, you know, kind of just bless those that are, you know, a blessing to me. So I am giving you guys a huge giveaway. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to be coming out. It's a weekly giveaway. All of the information is on my Instagram post, but you can start to enter now by commenting under the YouTube video. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, then go ahead and go right underneath in the comments and comment your Instagram and your TikTok, and you have officially entered the giveaway. But it is weekly, and yeah. All the rules are on Instagram, so just tap on there and you'll get all the information that you need on there. So yeah, I just want to go ahead and give you guys that for booked and busy. And as well, I am going to New York Fashion Week, guys. I'm excited to go and come back and share all my experiences and stuff like that with you guys. And you never know who I might bump into in New York to give you guys an episode, a collab episode of Settling, okay? So go ahead and comment in this comment section down below or wherever you guys can comment or at me at. And let me know who you want to be on the next episode of Settling as well, too, please, because I would love that. But yeah. So that is it for Booked and Busy, I believe. And I'm glad that we had a nice little flesh of stuff going on in Booked and Busy because, yeah, we needed that. We needed something like that. So now it is time to go ahead and dive right into the show. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about settling for the waiting season. And everybody has a waiting season. That's the thing. Everybody, I think, fails to realize while they're in their waiting season and they see other people winning. To get to have a winning season, you have to have a waiting season. You have to marinate. You got to let yourself cook. Got to let you cook. So let's talk about a little bit, what is the waiting season? What do you think the waiting season is? If you want to pause and just kind of ponder and think about it for yourself and think to yourself, what do I think is the waiting season? You're more than welcome to, right? Think about it for yourself. What is the waiting season? And for me, I feel like the waiting season relates a lot to the stages of grief. Now, hold on. Hear me out. I know that sounds crazy. Stages of grief. Why the stages of grief? Why death? Because I feel like the waiting season is the process of grieving expectations. In the waiting season, you are grieving everything that you thought was going to happen. They say if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plan. And they're right. They're right. They're right about that one. Okay. I can't even lie. They are right about that one. I feel like I have always had a plan for myself. I've talked about this, I feel like, a little bit on the podcast before, but I've always had a plan for myself since like the 5th grade. I was making vision boards with those little magazines that I was finding, like from Times magazines to, I don't know, Newsweek to People magazines, anything, Reader's Digest, anything that I could find in my parents' house. I was gluing like pictures of Hummers and these big ass mansions, and I was putting on these little printer papers because I was thinking if I can just envision that this is what 25-year-old Cindy would look like, it's gonna happen. That's gonna be me. That's the plan I'm making. I'm gonna be married by 23 because it's gonna be right after I get out of school. I'm gonna go to optometry school. I'm gonna get my degree and I'm gonna become a doctor by 27. And then I'm gonna have kids by 28. Probably twins, because of course. And then, of course, I'm going to be married by 23, like I said, remember? And, yeah, like, that's just going to be life. Life is going to be perfect. I'm going to have a Hummer and a nanny. Yeah, that was my plan in the 5th grade. 5th grade. Maybe I'm being ambitious. Maybe that was like the 6th or 7th grade. Yeah, around then. But, like, you know, probably the 5th grade. But, you know, it just is what it is, you know? It is what it is. I've been saying that a lot as I've been getting older. The older I get, the more I say it is what it is. A lot of boo-boos and mistakes happen often. And instead of crying about it, I gotta just say it is what it is. And that's a lot of what the waiting season is. It is what it is. We are grieving those expectations that we have for ourselves. So I feel like in the waiting season, the first thing that we go through is shock. Right? Just like in grief. We're shocked. We're shocked at the outcome of things. There's so many people that are getting degrees right now that are probably looking and waiting for jobs, right? And they're like, what the hell? Y'all told me to go get a degree. I got the degree. Where's the job? Where's the job that y'all said I needed this degree for? I went through a lot of shock when I first entered what I felt like was the start of my waiting season. And a lot of my shock, I felt like, triggered sadness. A lot of my shocked me into a new type of depressive episode that I didn't think that I was ready for. After I thought I had gotten some type of relief from the pain I was feeling from before. Because, you know, there's always some type of new trauma. Hello. But when I felt like I was getting some type of relief and release from the pain that I was feeling before, bam, another test, another journey came on my way. And the shock of it really set me into a spiral of feeling like there was no more hope for me, right? I was denying things. I was making sure that nothing was my fault. Nothing was my fault. Everything was external. Everything that was happening to me was external. It's not my fault. It's because this. It's because that, right? I'm not getting deals because of this. I'm not seeing success in social media because of that, right? That was a big hurdle of mine to like kind of jump over this year, was my expectations with my career. You know, comparison is a thief of joy, and man, they've been robbing my ass dry. Comparison has been robbing my ass dry. Comparison has been jumping me into whatever gang or cult that they got into, you know. Comparison is just crazy, because I can look at people that I admire and I see that they've deservedly gotten their spot and still feel like, okay, but when's it going to be my turn? When am I going to get to feel the happiness that I feel for them for winning? Denying that I was deserving of the same things that I was seeing other people receive, I feel like got in the way, was a roadblock in my healing journey of my waiting season. Waiting season has a lot to do with your healing journey as well. Come on now. But I felt like it got in the way. I kept feeling like something was in the way, right? And it was truly my denial of feeling like I could eventually get there. It was truly my denial of thinking that, well, you know what? This isn't going to work out for me because I don't do this, or I don't have this, or I don't look like this, or things don't work out for people that look like me, or if they do work out for people that look like me, they have to have this thing, you know? That constant circle that I was going through in my head of thinking it's never going to be you. You're never going to be chosen. You're not deserving. You're not earning. You're not wanting enough of this. Denying that I deserved, I felt like was a huge part of my waiting season as well. And it's still a part of my waiting season, because it's like that imposter syndrome. It's like that inner voice that is telling you, you don't belong here. And you have to choose every day to fight that voice. You have to choose every day to not believe what is coming out of that. It's a choice. It truly has to be a choice. Once you get over that denial, right, we jump into the next, which is anger. During my waiting season, my anger was very present. Very present. And I was angry, and I actually hate to say this, or I have to admit this, or say it out loud, but my anger was at God. Yeah, I feel guilty and even sad kind of having to admit it or say it out loud. But I feel like a lot of us sometimes don't know how to put it into words, or sometimes feel guilty or hesitant to say it out loud that we've ever been angry with God. But let me tell you guys something. If there's anyone that can handle you being angry with them at the moment, it's Him. A big part of my anger was lying within my expectations of what I wanted for my life, my expectations of where I thought I would be at certain places and at certain times or certain platforms even. I just had so many different expectations that apparently did not align with what His plan is for me. And I say is, not was, because I'm still on that journey, and I'm every day on that journey. So I was angry. I was angry for a lot of that time. And one thing that I can feel comfortable in my communications with Him and everything like that is that a lot of my journey with my spiritual journey, rather. A lot of my spiritual journey was telling me that God wanted me to talk to him. He wanted me to have a conversation with him. He wanted me to pick up the phone and be like, what's up? What's happening? Let's catch up. You know, he wanted me to confide in him. He wanted me to be honest. He wanted me to be speaking honestly and prayerfully, not just in the times of jubilation and celebration of the things that are going on and the blessings that he showered me with, but he also wanted me to just talk, about everything. He wants me to be thankful when things are going terrible and be grateful when things are going amazing. Just talk. Communication. The same thing that I actually ask for other people, he wants from me. Isn't that kind of crazy how that works? Wow. God wants communication? Kind of wild. So my waiting season a lot of the time and my anger was rooted in thinking that I was supposed to get these things. I was supposed to be here at this time. Why am I not? I am not supposed to be here right now. So why do you have me here? I'm not supposed to feel this way. So why are you letting me feel this way? Those questions and still putting that blame on everybody but myself, and not even putting work into not being where I felt like I was. I felt like that's where anger was taking me. It was keeping me stuck. Anger was truly my anchor. Anger was truly my anchor. It was sinking me down. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all. I have bargained plenty. I have thought to myself, you know what? I should have gone back and been an engineer going to school. I should have been an engineer, or I should have been a travel nurse. If I was a travel nurse, I'd be banking right now. I'd be saying that all the time. Like, man, you travel nurses, y'all chose a smart occupation. That was a smart occupation for you to choose, because you stay paid. Okay, you engineers, yeah, got a nice little stipend. Love that for you. Love that. Or, oh man, I should have gotten TikTok earlier. I should have got on 2019 like everybody else. But I waited to 2022. What's wrong with me? Right? I bargained so much, like, I should have done this. I should have done that. Or I want to do this, so I'm going to do this now. Right? Things that don't align with me, just for the sake of not wanting to be in the situation and the waiting season of where I am right now. Because I don't want to be here, I should have done that before. It's like how when we joke and we say, if my mama did not perm me, I'd have the most banging body right now. If only my mama didn't perm my hair would be reaching my toes. If my mama didn't perm my hair, I'd be in a high rise right now. You know what I'm saying? We make all these excuses of, okay, if I just did this in the past, or if I just do this in the future, then things will align. But the truth of the matter is, everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to. So exactly where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. And that is okay. That is okay. I'm not saying that it's right for us to go through pain or internally wonder if it's us or wonder what we can do better. I'm not saying that you're not going to have these feelings. I'm not saying that your circumstances are going to feel like they're the best at all times, especially when they're the worst. I'm not saying that at all. I know it's hard. But don't try to abandon where you're supposed to go. Don't try to leave that path because you think that something else was supposed to be better suited for you. Every part of your story is a quilt. It is tailor-made to exactly where you are going to be. And everything sewn together is going to make a beautiful patchwork, and it's going to cover you. It's going to protect you. It's part of your journey. I'm saying this more for me than you guys because I need to hear it, but it's part of the journey, and you're doing such a great job. Such a great job. That's what I wish I told myself more during my bargaining phase of the waiting season. And of course, after bargaining just comes the lull. Depression. Now, as someone who struggles with depressive episodes regularly, the depressive episodes brought on by waiting seasons can particularly be some of the worst ones. Hopelessness. Sorry. I'm laughing at the way I said that because why did it sound like that? Hopelessness. Okay. Let's try that again. Hopelessness. Hopelessness is at an all-time high. The desire to continue to put into yourself is at an all-time low. I feel like my depressive episodes during my waiting season spark my anxious attachment style to an automatic high. And y'all know attachment styles do not only relate to when you are children. They do not only relate to when you're babies. They are first developed when you're babies, but your attachment styles can change and develop as you go on and experience different relationships and such like that. Our attachment styles can alter, especially during traumatic events with people that we are very close to as well, whether it be familiar relationships or romantic relationships or friendships, those can all trigger different changes and developments in one's attachment style. Hey guys, Editing Cindy here. I just wanted to let you guys know that in this next portion, I'm going to be referring to the anxious attachment style often, and referring to how I feel about my attachment style and how it's developed over the years due to my relationships. But I am specifically referring to the anxious avoidant attachment style. Thank you. That's it. Enjoy the rest of the show. A lot of my romantic failures have led to my anxious attachment style. It's not funny at all. It's actually pretty sad. But I feel like my anxious attachment styles relate into my everyday. When I'm depressed, when I'm sad, when I'm triggered, I run. I stop everything. I don't feel like there is a point to anything anymore. And I just let go. And during my waiting season, when I feel like there is nothing to wait for, I let go. And I completely, instead of doing, I just don't do at all. Which is a huge reason why you guys haven't seen Settling. The perfectionist in me wants to make sure that whatever I'm putting out, I want it to be its best. Or they're not going to like it because of this. Or, I always have these thoughts about what I think other people are going to think of me, which is something I'm still working on letting go. But because of my terrible habits of thinking that I don't have a voice or my voice is stolen, feeling like I have no vocal cords anymore, basically, because of that, it's transpired in a way that I abandon everything when I feel abandoned myself. So I feel like I have to run out on what I feel like is going to run out on me first. So I abandon my platforms. I abandon taking care of myself. I abandon the needs that I have, the daily needs that I have, because nothing matters anymore. Everything is an abyss in my waiting season. Much like grief, grieving expectations are hard because you are grieving a person that you thought you knew. When I was 8 years old, the 27-year-old Cindy that I thought I knew is not the 27-year-old Cindy that I am right now. It's not. And that's okay. That is okay. Now that's perfect for our next stage, which is acceptance and hope. Oof. We went from hopelessness to hopeful. I love that for us. So, in the waiting season, the acceptance of knowing that this is just that, waiting for winning, it's so much brighter on that side. The grass is much greener on that side. Knowing that you're waiting for something that is so much more great, that is unfathomable to your imagination, that is going to even make you think, man, I missed the journey. Because a lot of the time we don't actually like the thrill of the destination point. We love the thrill of the journey. We love the hustle and the bustle of exactly what we're working towards, the goals that we're working towards. We love the work that we're putting in towards the goals that we're working towards. Knowing that it is just waiting, that is all you're doing, it's just waiting. It's a lot more comforting than walking in the dark and sticking your hands out, trying to see if you're going the right direction. It's a lot easier to do it that way. And it's a lot more beautiful to experience life that way. To know, this thing that I'm working towards, this is what I'm putting forward towards it. Everything is a building block towards that next destination. It's just different transits, just different stops. We're still on the way. And the last step is the processing phase, where I think that's where I am right now. I'm kind of just processing my waiting season. I do feel like I'm still waiting because I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't feel like I've achieved anything just yet. And there's so many things that I want to achieve, from me going back to get my doctorate to, girl, I don't even know, wanting to move. Yeah, that's still a thing that is going to be happening. All of these things are things that are in my plans, but my expectations are not unrealistic. My expectations are not out of my control. My expectations are healthy. I think those are certain changes that I'm making for myself to not be in the waiting season. But also that understanding of understanding, the understanding of understanding that your waiting season is necessary, and it is the main ingredient for your winning season. So I hope that actually helped somebody. I don't know. Sometimes when I'll be saying words, I'll be like, is anything that's coming out of my mouth making sense right now? Is it? I don't know. But I hope it did to you. I'm glad to be back. And let's go ahead and end on what we are not going to settle for this week. So this week, I am not going to be settling for allowing myself to be stuck in the elevator. I'm going to remove the thought that just because I am in my waiting season means I don't have to put any work in. Faith without works is dead. And if you're in your waiting season and allowing yourself to just wait idly, then you're not doing your waiting season right. You're not. I feel like waiting has to come with working. That's a new equation right there. That's the equation that they should be, writing down. Waiting plus working equals winning. Ooh, that was a word. We might have to save that one. That's a soundbite. Waiting plus working equals winning. That's a WWW right there. I'm a worldwide woman. WWW. I'm going to see Beyonce, by the way. She coming to Texas soon. Yeah. I hope y'all are going to see Beyonce too, because that woman is beautiful. I cannot wait to see her live and just enjoy that concert and just sing and maybe cry and just enjoy. Yeah, I have a concert bucket list for a lot of things I want to do and see today and this year. Not today, but like, this year in 2023. A lot I want to see. And yeah, I'm trying to be outside a little bit more, enjoy life a little more. Because also, like, I wait from inside my house often. I do. A lot of the things that I wait for inside. And I need to be outside. Invite me out. Go to Greece with me. Yeah, let's go out together. There we go. But guys, that is going to be it for today's episode of Settling Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And please reach me on SettlingPodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries. And if you guys have any questions that you would like for the advice portion, which I am bringing back, I promise, go ahead and send that to asksettlingpodcast@gmail.com. And if you guys also want to send a flavor of the week, if you want to send a voicemail to me about, how you feeling about feeling loved, seen, and unsettled, then go ahead and send that also to settlingpodcast@gmail.com as well. And you guys can find us on Instagram at SettlingPodcast. And if you guys have any inquiries for me as well, you can send that to me at CinderellaOG1@gmail.com as well. All of this information will also be in the show notes down below. And let me know who you guys want to see in the next episode. You never know who's going to pop up over here on the couch, sitting next to me, just chit-chatting away. So please let me know. I would love to know. And connect with me on all platforms at CinderellaOG. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. I love you guys so much. And also make sure that you are checking out my YouTube channel for all the new videos that I'll be putting out every single day for the next 100 days for 100 days of Cinderella. Cinderella-thon going crazy. So I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode of Settling and the next video on YouTube, if you guys are on YouTube right now. So I love you guys so much. And let's settle. Or not. Bye, guys.